Hey everybody, and welcome back to the vlog. Hey guys, this is going to be another Roy story. This is a pretty good one too. So this actually it's a Roy and Chris story. This happened somewhere in the winter of 1974, the early part, February, March, somewhere in there. And it was odd. And when me and Chris were stealing cars for Roy DeMeo and Joey Bikini. And on this, and we had a routine. We would go into the city. We would take cars from my hook in the garages. He was a garage attendant. And anyway, so I had a hook. We'd go there, we'd steal the cars, pay them $100, and we'd take the cars away. That's what we were doing. So on this particular night, Chris tells me, meet me down by South Street Seaport. It's like, I think it's also known as the Fulton Fish Market down there. It's right under the FDR and the East River. East River. So he says, meet me down there. I meet him down there. I park in the side street. He says, park your car on the side street. We're going to use this car. It's a stolen car. And then after we get our two cars, we're going to meet Roy here. And he's going to pay us. And then you can get back in your car and leave. Wow. That's not the way we did things. So that sort of raised the hair on the back of my head. Now don't forget, I'm 20 years old. I know that Roy wants to beat my ass. That's what I think he wants to do. But knowing what I know about him now, and everybody knows about him now, he's a effing murderer. He's an effing murderer. And I would always argue with him. Full well knowing he couldn't do nothing to me because I was Joey Bikini's boy. And he wasn't going to. So every time he said something stupid, I didn't pick on him. I never picked a fight, but I never backed down from a fight. And I'm talking about not a fist fight, but oral fight. Oral fight? What do you call it? A fight that you don't fight. Arguments. I would never back down. And 9 times out of 10, every time I had an argument with this guy, Roy, I prevailed because I was right. Because he was picking on me. He was always bullying me. So anyway, so let's get back to this night. It's a Saturday night going into Sunday morning. And Chris drops me off at this garage. We pay the guy the $100. And he takes off. Now that's odd right there. That was odd. He says, I'll meet you by your car and we'll be there. He's going to pay us our money and then we're going to go our separate ways. Odd. So now, I'm fresh out of prison. And when you're in prison, you can feel when there's going to be a fight that goes down. You can feel it in the air, the electricity, especially if it's like the blacks against the whites or the Puerto Ricans against the blacks. You just feel it. When you go out into the yard, you could cut any of you guys that been to state prison, you know what I'm talking about. You know the way everybody's acting. So the hair on the back of my head was on the back of my neck was rising. So, but I said, I don't give a shit. If it's going to come down to me and Roy fighting, I'm fresh out of prison. I'm 170 pounds. I'm in tip-top shape. He's like 240, pot belly. And I have 15 years on him. He's 15 years older than me. I'll beat his ass. I will beat his ass. That's what I'm thinking. 20-year-old, that's what I'm thinking. So anyway, I get in my car and I drive on the street. I forget what street that is. There's a street that runs north and south, and on top there's the overpass for the FDR. He was in his Cadillac backed up all the way to the very end by where the water is. Right? So I come pulling in. Boom, I come pulling in. And I stop. And I stopped ahead of him. And he kept going, no, pull it over here, pull it over here. So I go, nah, there's something ain't right here. This guy, and then I see Chris. Chris gets out of the car. Chris is there. I don't see the car that he was supposed to steal. Just me. Just me. My car's parked up the street. Keys to my car are in my pocket, right? And I got this, I think it was a 98, Oldsmobile 98. And I got this car. And they go, okay. And I said, nah. And I get out. And just as I get out, Roy starts walking to the back of the Cadillac and opens the trunk, right? He says, come here, I want to show you something. I go, hey. I don't know what you two are trying to pull here, but it ain't gonna fly. You got my money? Just give me my money. No, come back here. I want to show you. Nah, I'm not going back there. Give me my money, or I'll get it from Joey. Come over. And just as I said that, his eyes were in. Now he comes around from the back of the truck. Chris is just standing there not knowing what to do because I'm not following our boy Roy's directions. No, I'm not falling for no okie doke. I'm not falling for go in the back of your truck. What are you going to try to do? Whack me, throw me in the trunk, or dump me in the front? All you had to do was throw me in the friggin' river. It was right there. So I tell him that, and now I want to fight. Now I want to fight that guy now. I want to fight him now. But now I got Chris there. So just as I say, I'll get my money from Joey. Nah, I'm not going. I'll get my money from Joey. And I turn around to start to walk away. And he goes, and then here comes 1, 2, 3 sanitation trucks in the New York City. They also use garbage trucks. They put snow plows on them to plow the road. And here comes one of them speeding down, and they're throwing snow all over it. So that broke up his concentration. I said, you give me my money or not? Yes or no? And the trucks are going by, and I'm looking to leave. He goes, no. And he gives me the $500 bill. He goes, I don't know what your problem is. I know what my problem is. It's you. That's what my problem is. I was just supposed to work with Tris and not be involved with you. All you're supposed to do is pay me my money, and I'm out of here. Boom. End of that story. But when I tell you, just as those trucks were coming, it broke up his concentration. I don't know what it did. He looked left, he looked right, and he looked behind him, which was the East River. So you know what he was going to do to me that day. So anyway, it never happened. I mentioned it to Joey. I said, this guy's does he want to fight me? What does he want to do? Does he want to go into the back and we'll just fight and get it over with? So I'm thinking fight. But now, as we all know who he turned into, and don't forget, this is 1974. He only had like one murder under his belt. In 1973 he did. But we all know what he was going to do to me. You know, he had such a disdain for me. He did not like the fact that I was walking around with that story that Joey slapped him, kicked him in his ass, and threw him out. He did not want me to live. Now, I'm 2023, I'm looking back, and now I'm piecing things together that I didn't back in 1974. So again, guys, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And, you know, I also got a book right here. Right there, I don't know which way they're gonna put it. Cop without a badge. I'm gonna put a little poster up at the end. Pick up a copy. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And I'll see you on the next one.